All right, let's start with James O'Keefe. So he did, everyone knows James O'Keefe. He's with OMG Media now, no longer Project Veritas. And he did, I guess he honeypotted someone in the White House. I think that's what happened. Charlie Krager, a cybersecurity policy analyst and foreign affairs desk officer in the executive office at the White House. And I think they went on a date. And James O'Keefe, looking like an absolute snack, who can blame him, got him to admit to quite a few things. I can share my screen here so that we can kind of see a little bit. But there was something that I think was extra interesting in this. So we got, they're discussing Biden is definitely slowing down. And he's just saying what he's heard, whatever. But no one in modern history has ever said, like, we're not going to renominate the president for a second term. So that's why they have him running still. And they also said, let's see, he told O'Keefe, I had a meeting with Michelle Obama. Someone asked her, will you ever run for office? And she said, no, emphatically. She was like, I've seen all this shit. That's not a way to talk, Miss Obama. I've seen all that. You're a former first lady, as Charles likes to say. I've seen all this shit my husband has had to go through, and that does not interest me. Also, Kamala Harris is hemorrhaging black staff. She can't keep black staff. They quit on her en masse. She will be the vice president nominee, and they want to talk about removing her. So, yeah, I don't know what part of that do y'all want to start with? That should I have shown James O'Keefe? Do y'all want to watch a little bit of video or no?
I mean, I don't know that there's like a specific good part. We could just talk about it.
Let's talk about it. What do y'all think? Is Michelle Obama? Y'all still think that she's running or no?
Well, first of all, I think they all say they're not going to run ever. They all say that.
Private meeting.
Particularly in a private meeting with some low-level staffer. He said he was an intern at the time or something like that. Like, come on. She's not going to tell this random guy. And he's probably sitting in the corner, and she's not going to say that. And who knows when that meeting was? It could have been 4 years ago. So I don't give that any credibility. And I also don't give much. And another reason I don't give it credibility is because this guy is like the head of cybersecurity, and he's running his mouth on a date. Like, so can you really trust what he's saying about Michelle Obama? So no, I don't give it much credibility there. But all the other stuff I do, because it's stuff that we've been hearing in the kind of ethos.
I'm not going to play it. I just wanted people to see that this is what this is the guy, and the cybersecurity expert. He kind of looks like he'd be into cybersecurity and much more. And then there's James O'Keefe. Look how good he looks.
And although, can I? You're head of cybersecurity for, I don't know, you took it down, whatever he is, and you're sitting here at this like very open table in a restaurant, just running your mouth. Like anybody could be walking by or sitting next to you, or clearly have a camera sitting 2 tables down. Like, what are you, an idiot?
So, a couple things on this guy. Like, it's first O'Keefe Media Group tends to exaggerate the titles of these people to get more clicks. They're saying the head of cybersecurity. This guy's clearly not the head of anything.
Right, fair.
Yeah. He's a policy analyst and foreign affairs. They give these titles to people to make them feel important in politics, but this guy is clearly exaggerating his role within the White House, and he's not the head of anything from my point of view, for all the reasons you guys pointed out. Second, all the things he says in this little date, they're all things you could have learned from media reports. He doesn't have like any really good nuggets of intel other than his meeting with Michelle Obama when he was, quote, an intern, where she was asked if she wanted to run for president, by whom. And like, that's just not, I don't know. I didn't find anything that he said to be very like revelatory. And I think it's clear that this guy's on a date. He's trying to impress the snack, James O'Keefe. And he's talking shit.
Well, so you guys keep saying that he's not the head of anything, but he is on this gay date, so he might be getting some head on something. And, I don't know. Is it not revelatory? Is it not? You could have learned this from media reports, but it is something. It's another step, more serious, I think, when you have someone, you have the video of someone talking about it, right? And they're in the cybersecurity policy analyst and foreign affairs executive office of the president. I mean, see someone on tape rather than just, in writing, and you're not, how did the media spin it? How are they giving an exact quote? Are they giving all the context? Right. And in this, we have the context that he's on a date. And is he blowing smoke to make himself sound more important?
I'm sure. I think some of what he's saying is noteworthy, maybe newsworthy. Not because it's new, but because it's being said by someone who actually works there. And I think the fact that he's out here talking about stuff that allegedly happens inside the confines of the White House is probably noteworthy in and of itself, because like those people were supposed to not do that. And so what he's saying is kind of interesting. It's noteworthy. You think like a couple blogs would pick it up, maybe some, online news outlets. I don't expect the New York Times to write like an expose on it, but it is interesting. I don't think. So when James O'Keefe teased this the day before, he put out this long thing about how, he's lived a good life. And if it's coming to an end after he puts this out, so be it. He's not suicidal. However, he's prepared to die if that's what it takes to get the truth out there. And I really thought we were going to get something big. I was like, this is for you to go, because he's put out a lot of good stuff before. Like he's put out a lot of good stuff. And so you would think he's able to take the temperature of these things. And so for him to come out and put out a statement like that, to then drop this, I'm like, the stuff he put out last year about that like middle school or that elementary school where he was on a date with the principal who's talking about how they bring drag queens and stuff in, that was more like explosive than what came out of this one. It was the guy was talking about how they bring in sex toys and things like that. Like that was crazy. And then he comes out with this after this massive statement. I'm just like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
This is quite the. Did y'all hear that sound?
Yes.
Damn it! I have my Telegram open. I don't know what goes through or not, so I'm gonna close Telegram. Here's his tweet where it's, as Charles described it, it's basically a eulogy. And, people familiar with the story coming out tomorrow keep texting me, asking me about fear. I've taken the time to write a careful response, and it's a little overblown. It's a little much. I'm not suicidal, but I'm also not afraid to die. Hell yeah, brother.
Same, same.
Same, bro.
I was having that conversation last week, how I'm like, all right, dying. Not because I want to, but because I've come to terms with, like, I've lived a great life. God forbid something happens. It's out of my hands. Like, it is what it is.
You're 34.
No. Like, if I'm walking outside, I get hit by a bus. Like, I'm just saying, like, I think things are great, but, like, I'm also understanding of the fact that, like, if this is it, I'm still very happy with the things that I've done and accomplished and stuff. Don't want to die. Just FYI, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I've kind of come to terms with it, and I'm not afraid of death.
Yeah, maybe that was part of my lack of enthusiasm about this, because I am a big fan of James O'Keefe and the work he's done. But it was that we read that eulogy, and I was like, oh, this is going to be big. And then it was kind of a flop to me. I would put the odds at Biden running at less than 50. So.
What about Kamala?
Kamala
as president, running for president?
Oh, you think she's gonna? They can't get rid of. One of the arguments is they can't get rid of the first black woman vice president, no matter how unpopular she is. Apparently, also with her black staff. What are they going to do about that? Do they pull in Gavin Newsom and have a white man president again and a black woman vice president? Do they pull in? Not going to happen. Michelle Obama and have a black woman president and a black woman vice president?
My perspective of Kamala Harris is that she'll do whatever she's told.
Ooh, damn.
I think she likes the proximity to power. At this point in her career, she has accomplished being the first black vice president. I don't think she has any misgivings that she'll ever be president. Like, I would hope she doesn't think that that's the case. I think she's just going to do whatever, like, is for the good of the party or whatever they tell her to do at this point. I still think that Michelle Obama is a viable alternative that they might go with. Who knows? But if it's Michelle Obama, they're not going to have Michelle Obama and Kamala Harris on the same ticket.
Why not?
I don't know that the country is ready for that, honestly.
What, two black women in the White House? What are you talking about?
I'm not. I don't think the country is ready for that. Like, I don't think the country's ready for that.
I don't think you're ready for it, Charles. I think that maybe
I'm fine with it.
Revealing just a little bit of your own personal.
What I'm saying is, I think you would see some of the most ignorant, racist comments you've ever seen in your life if it were two black women who were up there. I don't think culturally the country is ready for that.
Give me an example. Give me an example.
No example.
What do you mean? I can't think of one. Can you think of one, Charles? Maybe one that you've already thought of. I don't know.
Nope, haven't thought of any. Empty head up here. Nothing.
Oh, all right. You're really teeing it up with that one. All right. So that's James O'Keefe. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Looking forward to his next revelation.
I mean,
yeah, just don't give us the melodramatic spiel in advance of it. Just drop the video and call it a day.
I don't know that we would have been talking about it if he didn't do that. I mean, we shared it in our text thread. Like,
it's true.
Yeah.
O'Keefe is what is he gonna reveal?
Right. Did we? I don't even know. Did we even share? Oh no, you did send it when it came out, and then we didn't even talk about it because it was just kind of like, all right. I didn't think we had a conversation. It was like,
I got distracted from all of Michael's